analyst from London. A pleasure to have you on the show. Could Iran's supreme leader face a similar fate that we've just been reading there to Saddam Hussein? Has Israel isolated Iran's leader, leaving him with just nowhere to go?
I totally agree with you. That seems to be his fate. And more importantly, we are facing a new world order era, and it's the Trump era. And by President Trump leaving G7 early is an indication that he doesn't want Europeans to be involved in anything to do with Israel and Iran war. And more importantly, if we look back a couple of days ago when President Trump had a conversation with President Putin, it seemed that was more important to the outcome of the war than G7. So what I'm trying to stress out here is that if Iranian regime is trying to split the world order by trying to get the China and Russia on its side against America and Israel, it's not going to work. That is not the way it's going to work. And that's how they see this, as a way of an exit strategy, by splitting the world order and also to get to escalate this to a world war event, which is nowhere is going to happen. There is no way they can play that game anymore.
You have previously expressed concern that the Iranian regime was ultimately lured into direct confrontation with Israel. Would you be able to elaborate on this? And you also just mentioned war there. How close do you think we are to another world war?
First of all, on the second part, I don't think we are anywhere near to a world war because nobody wants it. And right now, the way President Trump is running the world order is that the military superpowers make decisions. So it's mainly United States, Russia, and China. Now, China doesn't want higher oil prices, as you were discussing in previous conversation. Russia is more capitalist than all other countries, so they want to get back in improving their economy, so they want an end to Ukraine war, and they need American support in that respect. And what President Trump wants was peace and prosperity, because his entire policy is based on trade rather than wars. And this is the new era. On the other hand, you get regimes like Iran for the last 46, now we are into its 47th year. They have done nothing but export violence, terrorism, revolution. They thrive on warmongering and wars. They have actually introduced cheap warfare to the entire region. Previous to Iran regime, the Iran Islamic Republic regime, there wasn't cheap warfare. They invented cheap warfare, and they spread it even into Africa and other regions. So they are the cause of all the mayhem and all the chaos and all the miseries in the Middle East. And once they disappear, Middle East will prosper even more.
I'm hearing you and what you're saying regarding Iran, but Iran didn't start this. Israel launched missile strikes on Iran first, and also, you know, Iran are arguing that they have the right to defend themselves. Is that not a fair statement from the Iranians?
At all not. They started this war 47 years ago when they have been talking about destruction and removing the entire Jewish states. They've been saying that for 47 years. So you imagine yourself, if you were in that position, for 47 years, you have an enemy looking to destroy you, to get rid of you, to annihilate you. And now that they are very close to a nuclear weapon, would you risk it? Would you wait for them to have the nuclear weapon? And so many discussions have been that they are not yet there. But what if they are wrong? If they are there or closer than that, can we take that risk? This is a regime who his entire philosophy is based on self-destruction. They thrive on self-destruction. They thrive on death and destruction. So can we trust them with nuclear weapons? They would proliferate nuclear weapons to all their militias. They are not like North Korea, who would just have nuclear weapons for their own protection, but this regime would proliferate it because they believe in a Shia imperialism in the region.
Babak, 450 killed in Iran since Friday. We know Benjamin Netanyahu is facing domestic problems politically. Is he doing this, as many analysts suggest, to shore up support for himself in Israel? Because we cannot forget what is happening in Gaza either.
Well, whatever Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, is doing, he's doing it for his own people, for the protection of his own people. And if you look at his domestic policy, is to provide security and prosperity for his own people. If Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, foreign policies are a bit cruel, that's another discussion. We could discuss that. But when you come to Iranian regime, the Iranian regime, it considers the people of Iran as its first enemy. They've done nothing in the last 47 years but treating the Iranian people as their own first enemy. They have been suppressing them, making them poorer, killing them. The amount of killing that happens in Iran is more than the figure you just mentioned here at this war. So the idea that you could compare the Iran regime to, or Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, to Benjamin Netanyahu is different. One cares about his people. The other one absolutely has no caring for his people. And all he's one, he's just exporting death and destruction wherever he can.
Babak Emamian, Iranian political and business analyst. A pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for your insights and your thoughts. Much appreciated.